Okay, so straight away, we're going to go to our next speaker. She's a friend, she's a sister. In short, if you're in tech, I have not heard of her. I don't know what they are still doing. Please. She's called Mrs. Ngumih Fien. She's a UI UX expert, CEO of Bitacola Studios. So I have the honor to present to you the next speaker, and she's going to be talking to us about how we can transition from a student to becoming a UI UX designer, which is our main focus program for this Girls Tech Camp 2026. So over to you, Mrs. Fien.
Hi everyone, thank you so much, Joyce, for that introduction. I think it was a little bit exaggerated, but I'll take it. All right. Thank you to the previous speaker, Martha, for talking to us about health. It's very important to maintain your health, and like she said, if we are not healthy, we cannot work. Honestly, so I'm going to be talking to you about transitioning from being a student into being a UI UX designer. My background is UX design. Well, not actually UX design. I'm a computer engineer by certificate, but I'm a UX designer by profession. So that's what I've been doing for the past, I think, at least now 4 to 5 years. And it's not been the easiest journey, but I love what I do, which is why I'm here talking to you about it today. I would like to ask who has an interest in UI UX design here before I move on. Let me just know how to weigh my audience, or who is already practicing or has an interest. Okay, all right, a few hands. Interesting. Okay, then that's good. At least I have a few people here who will be deeply interested in what I'm about to say. Now, I don't have slides because I think 15 minutes is not enough time to talk so much and even show things on slides. But I would like to share a bit, and I'll be asking some questions in between. Those who are privileged to answer in the 15 minutes, then we're going to get their answers too. So to begin, UI UX just simply means user interface and user experience design. And this is a type of design that does not just include, designing, making things beautiful, but there is a lot of people work that you have to do. So you have to communicate with multiple sets of people. We call them stakeholders. You have to communicate with the business people to make sure that the design you are creating will make money for them. You have to communicate with the users to ensure that the design you are creating is actually solving their problem. You have to communicate with the engineers to make sure that the design you are creating can be implemented by them. And if you fail in any of these areas, honestly, you might end up not having a very good design. You might have had like a good idea, a good solution, because the way UX works is we solve problems with design. So, for example, let's say Facebook, why was Facebook created? People just wanted to share like their profiles in school. They definitely had to come up with like some sort of UI design. I don't think it was a very big thing back then, but before the engineers, developed or wrote a single line of code, they had an idea of what they wanted the app to look like. Because UX design saves a lot of money for companies. If you do your research, you'll see that it saves them about, I think, 40% of their budget, because it ensures that certain mistakes are prevented before they go into production or before they go into development. Now, as a student, you might be wondering, this sound, for those who have not heard of UI UX design before, it sounds like it's from space. It sounds like a type of design that may seem complicated. The truth is, it kind of is, because you don't just have to know how to design, you have to know how to communicate with people. Like, you have to be able to convert their needs into actual designs. So you have to be able to conduct interviews, you have to be able to attend meetings. So most of the time you end up explaining more than you are designing, because you have to make sure that in as much as your design is solving a problem for the user, it is also meeting the needs of the business and generating money, because that's how you're being paid. So it's like you're always on the edge between multiple people. But if you're a student, I would like that you should identify if this field is for you to begin with, because sometimes people rush into tech fields because of the buzz around it, and saying that you're a UI UX designer might sound cool, But if you cannot communicate with people, I would not advise that you jump into it just yet. You might have to develop your people skills first, because there will be a lot of talking. And then there are also tools that you have to learn. You have to learn, there is Figma, there is There are different tools that people now use. You have to make sure that you understand that these tools are things that will definitely become part of your daily life. You'll be writing a lot, you'll be taking a lot of notes, you'll be talking to people, and you still have to design. So the job, it sounds very beautiful when you say a UI UX designer. People just think, oh, beautiful screens, but they don't know that before those screens come like into the light, there has been a lot of work going on, especially between designers and engineers. So you also definitely have to learn some level of engineering. I always advise that, as a UI UX designer, at least know HTML and CSS. This is because it will allow you to have empathy with engineers. Because sometimes designers design what engineers can never even dream of implementing, and then you end up having problems with the engineers when there was not supposed to be any problem. Because if you understood how code works, you understand that sometimes keeping it simple is the best route for you and for your engineering team. So after identifying that, okay, this is the field that you want to go into, after identifying that, okay, you have the people skills, you have the skills that are necessary. You must not know everything from scratch, but if you're willing to, put in the work to learn, you're good to go. You need to gain the knowledge. Now, there are multiple platforms where people gain knowledge about UX. There are different certifications, which I could share that with you if you're interested. If you would like to get into contact with me, you can reach out to like the team and they'll give you my info. You can definitely go this route of courses, because I cannot really say I know of any university in Cameroon that actually offers this particular field of studies as a professional certificate. So you have to learn on your own, and you have to gain multiple certifications on your own. And I say multiple because different industries or different online schools have different thought patterns or different ways they teach UI UX design, even though it all boils down to the same thing. But I noticed that when I studied across, different schools, when I went to Coursera, I went to Udemy, they all had different teaching styles. And the fact that I was able to, go through these different certifications and courses gave me different perspectives on how different groups of people approach UI UX design as a field. After doing this, you have to work on projects, because the end goal is for you to, work in a company or start doing like freelancing, but nobody will hire you if you don't have any projects. So if you've already gathered some knowledge on UI UX design, I would advise that you start working on real projects, not just your imaginary calculator app or your imaginary idea you had to save the world with a mobile application, but find communities like the Nervtek community. You will definitely have people in it who are either applying for, competitions, who are working on projects that are real to some extent. Because when you work on a real project, that's when you know the difficulty of the field. I'm not saying that you should not do it because it's difficult, but everything in life is hard. You just have to pick your own and go with it. So you have to work on real projects. When you can find internships, those could also be of help. You could do daily UI challenges. I recall when I started UI, I did the 100 days daily UI challenge. To be honest, I don't think I finished that challenge, but I did about over 70%. And at the end of it, I felt quite confident because I wasn't just doing it, but I was putting my work out there. I was sharing it a lot on LinkedIn. I feel like if I go back to my LinkedIn post, I will cringe, but it worked at the time. It helped me put my work out there, and I made connections that are really helping me right now. So this is like a short roadmap. You have to identify, make sure that this is what you really want to do. You have to make sure that, okay, you know the skills that are required and you're ready to engage, learn them. You have to find the certifications that work for you and the different learning methods. Some people prefer video, some people prefer like text, some people prefer audio books. You have to pick the one that works for you. Even though I will always advise that you do like a blend of all so that you can really understand how different people view it. You have to work on projects and you have to share your work. So if you're a student and you're looking forward to get into UI UX design, I mean, I wish you the best. The field is growing, and honestly, we need more good designers. I run a design studio, and if I tell you how hard it is to find a UX designer, one who at least knows their left from their right, not even like 5 years of experience, bring me one, bring me 6 months, but bring me projects you worked on, or bring me your willingness to learn. It's difficult. So I'm really encouraging that if this is a field that you're willing to go into, you should put in the work and it will definitely pay off. So I think my time is up and I've not been able to ask any questions to you guys. But if you have any questions for me, I would appreciate them. Or if not, you can route them through the organizing team and they'll get them to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. High Excellency Mrs. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have about 3 minutes for questions. So if you have any questions, please just hurry raise your hand so we can take them. Okay. Any questions? Or we are all okay with the roadmap she gave. Okay. So all right, I was about to ask a question, but it's fine. So better prosper. Yes, can we hear your question?
Yeah, okay. About this field, I want to know the how you guys how we use AI in this, how the impact of AI in UI UX design.
All right. Thank you so much for your question, Prosper. I actually had that in mind, but with the amount of time I had, I didn't think. Okay, so the thing is, AI has affected, I believe it has affected many fields. In short, if not all the fields, majority of the technical fields have been impacted by AI. But AI has helped us take off like the grunt work, boring, redundant tasks in UX. The real work of UX, which is communicating with people, you still have to do it. You still have to go into meetings and talk. What AI has helped us do is AI has helped us to take notes. AI has helped us to generate workflows easily when we can provide the entire context. Now, AI is a very useful tool in this field, but if you make a mistake, you can just go ore in quotes, because if you don't provide the right context to AI, especially when coming up with like user flows, user journeys, AI will miss the context. And you know that AI is, using data that comes mostly from the West. In Africa, not every field has context in it. So you have to know the type of project you're working on. You have to know the kind of information that AI can give you. But AI has made our work, like the grunt work, the repetitive, redundant tasks, kind of easier. But the core of the work, talking to people, interviewing people, man, I wish AI could take that away, but it looks like it's not possible even in the foreseeable future. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. So thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, so better prosper. I thought this was the girls' tech. The girls are not asking questions.
I think there's another hand.
Okay. All right. There's another hand, but before I call on the person to ask the question, please the link to their LinkedIn profile, to Mrs. Martha's LinkedIn profile and Mrs. Fien's LinkedIn profile, is in the chat room. Please just go there and click on it and follow them right away, right now as we are talking. Okay. So, Miss Cecilia, please, your hand was up. Can we hear your question, ma? Okay, seems like she has gone. All right, that's fine. The questions will
Sure.
still channel them to you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Oh,
Thank you. Oh,
please, you can just type your questions in the comment section. Thank you, and she'll answer them. Yes. Thank you so much, Fien. Thank you so
thank
much for
you.
making yourself available for such a session. We are so happy to have you. Thank you very much. Okay, so right away we'll be going to the next speaker.